Time to talk about something weird. Today we're going to be talking about Night Tide. This is a interesting dark thriller with some horror elements. It came out in like 1963. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah, it was released June 6th, 1963. It's like an independent film starring Dennis Hopper, produced by Aram Kantaram, written and directed by Curtis Harrington, who's also done films like What's the Matter with Helen, which I have a review for that actually on his channel here. So yeah, if you want to find that, that's another one of his films. Uh, Whoever Slew Auntie Lou, The Wormwood Star, Fragment of Seeking, and a couple others. So yeah, this is a sort of like a B movie, I'd say, from the 60s. It's in black and white, by the way. So if you're one of those weirdos who don't like watching black and white movies, you're out of luck. But yeah, this one was interesting. Basically, Dennis Hopper plays a U.S. sailor who's just like recently been in the sailing for a couple months, and he came to California. I think it takes place in, yeah, somewhere like that. So and on the coast somewhere, and he's off, and then he meets this really beautiful young woman in a bar, and he's really intrigued by her. So he goes and tries to find out more about her and stuff. She's very apprehensive of telling him about her, and yeah, so he basically like talks her into like letting him come back for breakfast the next morning, and basically he starts hitting it off with this interesting woman who's a little mysterious. And yeah, some of the townspeople where she lives in are a little bit. You can tell they're hiding something, but you don't really know what it is. So it's a good like mystery aspect to this film. Um, yeah, but as the story progresses, you see them fall more in love. It's almost like a romantic film for the first half, and then the secrets start getting revealed, and there's a lot of twists and turns near the end, which is makes it even more appealing, I found. And that so you sort of guess it, but then it leaves it sort of like an ambiguous ending, which was interesting to see. I did not expect it, but yeah, um, it's a very basic setup, but then like once the twists start coming in, it gets pretty interesting actually and stuff. Like the sailor has nightmares of being attacked by an octopus, and like the chick he sees a mermaid and stuff. But you never know for sure. You don't know who's what and what's what sometimes, and it does a good job at jumping back and forth. There's really well put together. There's some interesting shots in this. Like they actually had a live seagull and they're holding it and stuff. That was interesting to see. You don't see that in movies very often anymore. But yeah, the acting overall was pretty well done. A couple of the side characters were like a little bit wooden and stuff, but yeah, that could slide. But yeah, overall the acting is pretty well done. Like I said, it's in black and white though. The pacing is good for the most part. There's a few scenes where it drags on probably a little too long, but that's just a minor thing. Yeah, the writing and directing was pretty spot on though. I was actually pretty impressed with it. I thought this was just going to be another bore snooze fest from the 60s, like B movie catalog, but it ended up being a little bit interesting and stuff like that. There is a couple points where when it was dragging on and stuff, my mind started to wander a bit. But overall, I thought it was a decent film. It's not nothing really scary about it. It's just sort of like a dark backstory to it with like more romantic drama stuff mixed in with like more of like a little bit of a thriller aspect to it. So yeah, and I like the mystery aspect of it. That was pretty cool. So yeah, there's not much else really to say about it. Uh, Besides the fact that it is a slow burn too, and yeah, you have to be in the right mood probably, I think, to watch this. But if you like dark thrillers and or have like someone who likes romance films more than horror, this one both would probably like to watch on like a date night or something like that. So Night Tide was an interesting film, and it wasn't that bad. It wasn't the greatest thing ever, but it was a neat little film to check out. I think it's streaming on Shutter right now, so if you want to see it, it's on there. Yeah, but I'm gonna give this one 3.5 out of 5. well, they kind of needed to maybe add in a few more segments to make it a little more enticing. But other than that, it's still a decent watch. It's definitely something different than what I'm used to. So that was a nice little refresher. So yeah, Night Tide, check it out. There's a trailer linked down below, like always. My Instagram's always linked down below too. I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. So make sure you follow me there. I always had that title and the film and the hashtag somewhere in the video in case you want to find it and try to guess what I'm watching or whatever. Or if you just want to stay in the loop, make sure you follow me on Instagram. Also, I put the stuff genres on the video clip as well in case it's something you're not interested in. You don't have to worry about it. So, yeah. So make sure you follow me on Instagram. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of this film. And yeah, comment down below your opinions of the film if you've seen it. I'd love to hear about it. And yeah, make sure you subscribe because you never know what I'm going to talk about next. I know a while ago I said I was going to talk about Leprechaun, but serious, but I watched the first two and I haven't really got around to it. So yeah, I might continue on that next, but who knows. Yeah, and if you have any other films you want to hear my opinions on, any films at all, it doesn't have to be horror, sci-fi, or anything like that. I'll watch anything. Comment them down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. So with that, check out Night Tide. It's pretty cool little gem that's hidden in the abundance of films that have been released in the past decades. So yeah, if you can find it, watch it. It's interesting. So yeah, with that, I guess I'll see y'all in the next review. Cheers.